Hello students. So today we will start new lesson 7. Lesson 7, review Python. So this is the new for you. In the class 7 you have not learned this, but this time in the class 7 this Python is there. So see the basic Python will study. So any task that we perform in your daily life consists of three steps. One is the input, second is the processing, and the third is the output. So have you ever tried to make a clay toy? Let us see the process how we create a toy by following the given step by using the input, processing, and output. So in the input of what we use in the input phase we use a raw clay. We take a raw clay, we arrange the raw materials, and after that we mold the clay into the desired shape. So that is the processing phase, and we get the output. Finally, the color the toy and leave it to dry for some time. Now see how you see the formation of a toy is divided into three method steps. Raw clay is the input. So the clay what we have arranged, that is the input. Molding, coloring, and drying. Three process. You see, molding, coloring, and drying are the process. Is the processing statement, and the clay toy what you got as the final product. This is the output. So here is the clay. This is the input, and the process how you molding and how you coloring and drying it. That is the process, and the output toy is made with the clay. As you can see the formation of a toy. So in the program also we take some input, means that is the data, maybe the number, maybe the string value, and after that we do the processing, means arithmetic operation or logical operation we perform on this input, and after that we get the result, that is the output. As we are now if we want to add two values, suppose we want to add 5 plus 7. So the data, this 5 and 7 is the input, and the addition operation plus is called the process, and the result 5 plus 7 gives you 12, that is the output. See, computer also works in the same manner. First a computer accepts the data input by the user, then it processes the data, and finally it gives you the output. So a computer performs all these operations with the help of a program. So these instructions we write step by step, that is called the program. A program is a step by step sequence of instructions that help the computer to perform the given task. So in a program we write the sequence of instructions, what first the computer has to do, what at the second step the computer has to do, what in the third step the computer has to do. That we all write the instructions in a sequence, and that sequence of program is called the sequence of instructions is called the program. So there are many programming languages that you can use to write the program. For example, Python, which we are studying, this is a programming language. C, oldest programming language, which is also called the procedural programming language. C++, the advanced version of C, which is called the object-oriented programming language. Java is also object-oriented programming language, etc. Many are there. So in your previous class, you have already studied the Python language. It is for the at present time class 7 students. This statement is because in the previous class only you have studied about the programming language, that is the Visual Basic. So this chapter will help you in recapitulating to remembering the previously learned concepts of Python. So here you have to learn from the basics because in the class 7 you did not study the Python. So what are the features of this Python language? So Python is a general purpose, high level programming language which is simple and interactive, and it is also the platform independent. So this is a general purpose also and the high level programming language also. With this you can create a small software, and with this also you can create a good software. That is the Facebook what you are using, that is created with the help of the Python programming language. This is the one best example. See, this language is very simple and interactive language. Its writing code syntax are simple, and after writing one instructions you can see its output in the next line. Next is the platform independent. So platform independent means after compiling the Python code you can run this code on any operating system, on any machine. Means as you know, the operating system is the system software, like in our computer lab there is the Windows 10 operating system in every computers. Similarly, in my computer also, that is the Windows 10 operating system I am using. These are the platform. Someone is using Windows 7, and someone is using the Mac operating system. Someone is using the iOS operating system. Someone is using the Linux operating system. Someone is using the Unix operating system. So every operating system have different machine language, but here this Python language can be executed by all the different operating systems. That is called the platform independent. So next is it is a case sensitive language. Means if you declare any variable in the small letter, suppose you declare the variable there num, and you have num, the spelling you have written num, but if you write in the print statement the spelling of the num as capital NUM, so it will display the error, because here in this Python treats capital A and small a differently. Next, it is object oriented. Here we use the concept of the object oriented. The concept of the object oriented is that polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, or multiple inheritance, all these are the concept of the object oriented. So we'll discuss this in detail, and what the object oriented is. Object oriented one you can also imagine with the suppose you are seeing here we use this concept of the class. Means we divide the things into different class, into different groups. As you can say, you can make a group of animal, you can make a group of plants. So the group of animals, what type of the things you are writing, like the tiger, lion, cow, buffalo, or these are the animals only. In the in the plants, what you are writing, different types of the plants, fruits name, fruit trees name, a mango, you are writing mango tree, you are writing the papaya tree, neem tree, people tree, all these are the plants. So similarly in this also Python, we create a class, and this class is a concept. Means we think with this is a logical thing, we decide that what the things are should be placed in this group, in this class. One, we can create a class of student, and in the class of students we write the name of the students, we create the information of the students. So when we create the object, class means a logical thing. Your thinking is the class. But when you implement that class in reality, that becomes the object. Means if you want to visit, if you want to see the animal, so you have to go in the zoo, and then only you can see it. Similarly, if you want to create, if you want to implement all that class, you have to create the object of it. If you want to store the information of the students class students, so you need to reserve some memory in your computer. So then only you can store the information about the student. So while we create the object of the class, so the memory is allocated to that class, and that class holds the information about their data members. Okay. Next, it is the interpreted language. So first we it is to be the program we are writing, that is in the high level language. So it convert it into the machine code, machine language, which this operating system can understand. The compiler of the Python will understand. So that is called the interpreted language, and it will execute it. Use variable without declaration. In this we can use the variable without declaration, but in the previous program we cannot use, like in C, C++ and Java, we cannot use any variable without the declaration. That is the thing, one thing. So this is all for the today students. In the next class we will discuss the remaining topic of this chapters. So thank you for your kind attention.